Hello, boys and girls. This is Fog. Welcome to Fog's World. You're watching episode 62. Well, hopefully by the time this video is released, Mojang has released yet another snapshot, but I'm still on the week 5, the week 5B snapshot, 13W05B. And there are a bunch of little fixes that I'm waiting for, and I'm waiting for some things to stabilize before I fix some things. And that, coupled with the fact that we have recently had quite a few people join us here in Fog's World that weren't here before, has left me thinking maybe it's time for us to take a little break and just give you a quick little tour of Fog's World. I know a couple of people have requested that, and that seemed to make sense to me. So let me give you a little bit of an introduction to who I am and what I do and what this Let's Play is all about. So Fog's World is my Let's Play, obviously. We are in what I've called the Sky Base. This is an above-ground base where much of my stuff is, my base of operations. The principal reason for building it up in the sky like this, other than the fact that it's pretty darn cool, is for this guy right here. This is a mob farm right here, a passive mob farm that harvests spiders and creepers and zombies and skeletons and all those guys. This is my mob farm. The reason I built it up here was so that I would be more than 128 blocks away from any land to make sure that I can control all of the spawning, so I don't have to worry about lighting up surrounding areas. So that's made this little teeny mob grinder. It's actually not that big, but it's made it quite efficient, actually. I could add more levels and make it, to amp its production, but after I just built a few levels of this thing, it was enough. It's given me more than enough bone meal and all that stuff. Bone meal, gunpowder, arrows, etc., etc., etc. It made for a fantastic base of operations. Well, I'll give you a little tour around this place here in just a second, but first let me tell you what we're about here in Fog's World. Fog's World is I play on hardcore mode. I do keep backups of the game. I have died 10 times. There is a book that I carry around with me called the Book of Locations, and on the front page of the Book of Locations is our current death count, which is currently sitting at 10. Anytime I die in Fog's World, I have to roll back to wherever I've saved previously, which is usually before the start of an episode, although sometimes I'll save during an episode if I'm doing something that I know to be particularly dangerous. But usually it means rolling back to the start of the episode. The reason I do that is, quite frankly, I like the challenge. I like the thought that if I die, there's a penalty, and I'm going to have to roll back to it a bit. Mostly it's just for fun. Hey, my world, my rules, I do what I want to do. The other stuff that you'll find in the Book of Locations is coordinates for things that we found that we consider to be important. This is the location of the first jungle temple we found, and I've added some others since. The first village we found, and so on. So this is where all of our stuff. Most recently, this is the witch hut that we built our witch farm at. So that's what the Book of Locations is all about. From time to time, I will put overlays on the screen that tell us what our goals are. Usually I put long-term goals in the lower right. For a very long time, I had finish our base as our long-term goal in the lower right, and then I eventually felt, you know what, that's kind of redundant, so I eventually just got rid of it. Short-term goals go on the left, down at the bottom. So today's short-term goal, I guess, will be to introduce all of you to Fog's World and to give you a quick tour. This little business up here is a day-night sensor. Right here. This is a day-night sensor, a very inefficient day-night sensor. Small but inefficient. Deliberately inefficient. Because what it triggers is a little minecart that runs around here and sets off a fireworks show. However, at the moment, there's no fireworks in the dispenser. It's been too long. I need to put some more fireworks in the dispenser, but we'll do that another time. So over here, this is my tree farm and my chicken farm. I have a bunch of chickens laying eggs, and I have a tiny little chicken cooker over here. I think at the moment, yes, at the moment the chicken fryer is broken, but we'll fix that another time. Down here we have a light sensor. This is using actually a modern day-night sensor. 1.5 version day-night sensor. We have since fixed this. When the sun goes down, these lights will come on. This right here is a this is a smooth stone generator. This is where I got most of the stone that I've used to build this place, obviously. Over here we have some farms. We have our melon farm and our sugarcane farm, which we just fixed in our last episode. And we have a pumpkin farm. This sugarcane farm has the feature that when the sugarcane is fully grown, that light up there will turn on. And until the sugarcane is fully grown, this button does nothing. Once the first stalk of sugarcane's grown all the way to the top, then we can step here to harvest the sugarcane. There are better ways to do that now, but I kind of like that, so I'm keeping it. We have just recently fixed this to use hoppers instead of water to push all of our drops over to this chest. Last episode, I fixed our little farm here. This is our tiny farm. Let's see, let's get some potatoes. I could use some potatoes. So just stand here, right spam. Whoops, it's trying to eat my potatoes. Stop eating the potatoes. There we go. Potatoes are a little troublesome because it tries to eat them. But there you go. That's our potato farm, wheat farm, carrot farm. This is our potion factory. For instance, if I wanted an invisible, let's see, let's get a potent invisibility potion, or sorry, potent night vision potion. Shoop. It gives us all the ingredients right here. We can come pick them up. Fill up the bottles with water. And start brewing, obviously. While that's going, I'll take you over here. This is our storage room. This uses mine carts. Before trap chests were in the game, this was one way to get a relatively compact storage system. Compact horizontally, obviously. Vertically, not so much, perhaps. Clearly not the most efficient storage system we could have built, even then. This was mostly built this way just for the fun of it. I knew when I was building it that it was not horribly efficient. But, you know, you've got all sorts of stuff here. You push the button, that chest will roll away, another one will drop down to take its place eventually. Would if I had more than one there anyway. And there you go. Here's all of our ores. And so on. Let's go check our potion here. Hello. There we go. I keep missing. Put that carrot in there. While that's going, I'll show you around over to here. Tree farm, as I mentioned. This is all of our tree farm. We have oak trees on the bottom. We have the alder trees up there, or whatever they're called. The white trees. Birch, I guess they're called. Sorry. Birch. And then up there we have the pine trees. And then at the very top we have a jungle tree farm. We have a bunch of furnaces here. Obviously our lights are on now. What else can I show you? This is our deluxe enchanting table, which we just rebuilt this last episode. Each button will produce one more bookshelf. So if I go over to here, this will pop up all 15. This will pop up 8 of them. This one over here puts them all away, obviously. There you go. These over there, these are part of our iron farm. We have 3 pads at this level. There's one there, one over there, and there's another iron spawn pad back there. Let me get some steak, and actually while I'm... Woo! Turned too fast. I'm making myself dizzy. I hope I'm not upsetting you guys too much. I want to boost you guys. There's our other spawn pad right there. So we have 3 iron golem spawn pads at this level. There are 3 more below. All of them fall down into the lower base, which I will show you just as soon as this invisibility potion is done. Obviously we have the nether wart farm behind it, which provides more than enough nether wart for this thing. And why aren't you going? Because I don't want potency. What I really wanted was length. But you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to sit here and wait. I will switch that around though. There, now we'll do... Oh, there's an iron golem. He's going to fall down the farm. And down he goes. Bye-bye. We'll see you at the bottom. Okay, let's pop that guy there. We're going to go ahead and drink this guy. And the reason I want to drink this guy is because it's going to make everything look nicer down below. We're going to go down, and I'm going to show you what I have down in the lower base. Okay, this is our lower base. This is a garden park, which we've been building recently. I still haven't finished the walls yet, but we've got most of the park done. Let's get some altitude here, make it easier to see. There we have a desert area with a cactus farm. We have a mushroom area with some mushrooms in it. We have a wheat farm. And we have our animal farm over there. These animals here are mostly for show because the actual meat of the animal farm is back in here. We have a Technicolor sheep farm where if I want, for instance, red wool, I can stand here and harvest red wool. Stop hopping around. We've got mushrooms there, which is what we use to get steak around this place. We have pigs over there. Ooh, lots of steak that time. Good. Oh, that was excellent. I need, what do I need? I need wheat. I need more wheat than that. Give me a second here. We've got to feed our animals. Restock the mushrooms before always remember to restock your mushrooms after every harvest, right? I think that's all we're going to be able to feed right now. We'll have to come back and feed some more in a minute. Okay, so the other thing you need to know about the garden base right up here, the garden park, is you'll see we have all these little rivers that feed into these ponds, these little streams that feed into these ponds. Actually, each pond has a drainage system underneath it. Anything that falls into these rivers will end up in the pond and go into a system of tunnels down below, system of waterworks, that will lead out down here to this chest right here, which, as you can see, we've been collecting cactus from the cactus farm and iron ingots and roses from the iron farm. Let's let that accumulate. Let's go feed those mushrooms again, maybe. Probably hasn't been long enough. We'll do that in a minute. This map here is just a map of the general location. This is our base. And then behind me to the south is a jungle biome. So this nether portal leads to a very tiny nether hub, which I will show you later. Over here we have our slime farm. Mostly at this point, this is just completely mined out. At some point I will probably build a true slime farm rather than just a big pit. That's bedrock down there. This was all mined out using silverfish because I could, not because it's efficient. It was just a lot of fun to do it. And I haven't really felt the need to do much slime farming because I have so many slime balls. It's really unnecessary. This here is the end portal. This base's location was determined by the position of this portal. We actually went looking for a stronghold over which we could build our base, and that's why we're located where we are. This down here is a silverfish cannery that cans silverfish from that spawner in there and stuffs all the silverfish into these blocks here in this chamber. This is enough blocks to get 30 XP. You can go from 0 to 30 XP with all the silverfish in these blocks. Right now, the silverfish cannery is broken. Almost assuredly broken because, yes, actually I know that it is broken, because it uses this kind of a bud switch right here to detect when the silverfish have entered. I'm going to need to replace that with a new bud in order to get this working again. I have not bothered to do that yet. That will come, but not today. Other things of interest down here, if we come over here, this is our spider farm. This should all still be working anyway. So we have a spider spawner back in there that spawns spiders, which come up into here. And once we've got them all in here, come on, buddy, get up here. Come on. Let's get a few more. Spiders are a pain, let me tell you. Alright, I'm not going to mess with it. This here is the softener. Press that and it softens up the spiders. And then they become one-shot kills. Just like that. Oh, and there's a couple more. Well, we're going to leave them there. I'm not interested in harvesting spider eyes today. If you come over here, down this ladder is our zombie villager purification chamber. This should all still be working, even on the snapshots. We have a zombie spawner down there. We have an area over here that we can use to separate zombie villagers from the rest of the zombies. And actually that is busted. Interesting. We have a broken double piston extender. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. Well, we'll worry about that another time. And this is a zombie softener, which currently is broken, but that's okay. Usually we just kill them. Unfortunately, the snapshot has broken a lot of things, but that zombie villager purification chamber is what we use to get the zombie villagers for our iron farm. This right here is the path to the end. Let's go do that right now. So if we come down into the end, this is where all the water channels used to lead. And they used to dump all of our iron and stuff right here. And somebody's mad at me. Go away. I didn't look at you. He's going to leave me alone. This is where all the iron and the roses used to get dumped, and the cactus and all that. It used to get dumped right here, moving it out of the chunks so that it wouldn't despawn. But nowadays, with hoppers, that isn't necessary. Now we're using hoppers to move them into chests instead. Down at the end of this track, as I'm sure you must have guessed by now, is our Ender farm. We have an Enderman farm down here. This has been dubbed by the viewers the Ender Blender. We have, your typical Ender farm, one-hit kills. Nothing fancy. You guys have seen this kind of thing before, I would imagine. It's quite efficient. It could be made a little more efficient by lowering it a little farther, but it's close enough. It does quite well. So this is where I get most of my XP these days. And of course I have chests and an enchanting table and an anvil. One of the projects that we'll soon do here is we'll extend this rail line so that it goes all the way back to the return portal. That's something that has yet to be done. Soon people. We can add that to our long-term goals, I suppose. That's one of the next things that we'll be doing. So unfortunately now I haven't extended that rail line over to here, so I have to actually walk this last little bit over to the return portal, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. And we're back at the base. Load, please. Come on. Load, load, load. There we go. Boy, that's annoying. All right, let's go to the Nether Hub. So, this is our Nether Hub. It's not very big or elaborate, but it gets us where we want to go. Now, the first thing you want to see probably is Pork Towers, which is up here. Come up to the top here. Aim an ender pearl right there. Fire and jump, and that is Pork Tower. This is my gold farm. This is where I get all of my gold. If you come around behind here, there is a lever which starts a clock. This is currently working in the snapshots. And this is built up above the nether. And the reason is because when I operate this guy, I turn that clock on, and I climb all the way to the top. How come you're standing there? Alright, here we are at the top of Pork Towers. What you have here, this glass is an item elevator. And unfortunately, I'm carrying too much crap. Let's get rid of some of these ender pearls so that I can pick things up. You can see the gold nuggets all get brought right up here. That clock down below works a series of pistons that shoves all the zombie drops into this item elevator, at which point they just rise right up to me. And then, of course, I have a crafting bench here so that I can quickly turn all the gold nuggets into gold ingots, which I can then stuff here into my ender chest. So this is Pork Tower. Now, let's head back through the portal here. This is how we get out of here, because there's no way to get back below the bedrock. Back into the Nether Hub. And here we are in our Nether Hub. Now there's a couple areas that are all interesting from this point. This way takes us to the desert village, the snow biome, and our Nether fortress. This way takes us out to the extreme hills. It also takes us out to our witch farm, which I will show you in a little bit. This takes us out to our original outpost where I first made camp when I first started this episode, or started this LP. And there's a snow biome out that way, which we almost never visit. These days, my main reason for going down that tunnel is to get to unexplored areas of the Nether so that I can harvest quartz, because this area has seen the least exploration. So there are chunks that are still to be generated out that way that aren't quite as far away. But really the best place to start is let's head out towards the Nether fortress and the snow biome, and once again we're having problems loading things. Alright, here we have our Nether fortress. This is where I do all my wither skeleton hunting. As you can see, I've opened this area out here so that I can more easily tell when the wither skeletons spawn, and I can hunt them down. Wow, not very much activity today. Kind of quiet. This right there is a blaze farm, which I almost never use these days because, quite frankly, I seldom need to. There's really not very many reasons for me to want to farm blazes anymore. And like I said, this is where all the wither skeletons are farmed. Oh, hey, there's one there. Maybe we can get a skull. Can we get a skull? Come on. Uh-oh, he got me. Not like I'm worried about it. And we have some blazes over there. Let's take care of them before they make a mess of things. Oh, you think you can hide over there, do you? There he goes. All right, through this portal here. Through this portal here, we have our desert village, and we have our sand quarry all out there. And wouldn't you know it, it's nightfall. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sunset. Ah, bummer. Now, unfortunately, this desert village has since become depopulated, so there are no villagers here. At some point, we will repopulate this village, but that's a future project. Out this way, we have our ice maker, where I harvest all my ice. And over there, we have a little Christmas scene that I used in our Christmas video. So that's what's out this way. Let's go see the witch farm, shall we? By the way, this area here is where I get most of my gas tiers. One thing I should mention about the Nether Hub here is there's two portals here, this one and that one, and they're very carefully placed so that this portal leads to my sky base and that portal there leads to below the base. Alright, let's head out to the Extreme Hills biome and the witch farm. This torch right here, this marks the turnoff to go to the mine. That's where my emerald and diamond mine is, right there, my newer one. There is also an emerald and diamond mine at the end of this tunnel, right through that portal there. That's the old diamond mine. I don't go there very often anymore. Oh, come on, load, chunks. Jeez, it's so annoying. Fix your game, Jeb. Ugh. And this portal out here is the portal that leads to our latest project, the witch farm. And here we are. So this is the witch farm. This is not completed yet. Well, it's fully functional. We do spawn witches now. If I go and turn it on. Let's go turn off the lights here. Yeah, hello slimes. Should be fully functional at this point. Yeah, it's working. So there we have our witch farm. It's a standard, used to be a witch hut, obviously, converted into a couple of spawning pads for witches. If I come and hop into my little x-ray machine here, I can show you that I have pretty much lit up just about everything within 128 blocks of here. There are a few exceptions, but not many. So it is now working at near peak efficiency. What remains to be done here is down here we have a series of hoppers that right now just funnel things into this chest. Eventually I am going to take all of these items and move them back up to the surface and put them in a storage system where I sort them out and deal with them in a more creative way. But that is a job for another day. I'm waiting for the snapshots to stabilize a bit more. I want some more stable hopper behavior before I commit a lot of resources to building something that I would likely just have to rebuild. And on that note, I think that concludes our world tour. You've seen just about everything there is to see. There are a few other areas that we haven't visited, but you'll see those soon enough. And we're pretty much done for today. So thanks for being here with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. It was nice to take a little bit of a break. Just let me spend a little bit more time telling you about myself and what we're doing here. I try to release 2 episodes a week. Monday and Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific time is the target, and I don't always hit it, but that's what I shoot for. So every now and then I'll have a very busy week and I'll release 3 a week, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or perhaps Monday, Thursday, Saturday, but those are rare. Usually it's Monday and Thursday. I do have a day job, and it's a job that I love and a job that I have no intention of giving up anytime soon. I have no illusions about ever becoming a full-time YouTuber. It's not something I'm interested in doing. I am an older guy. I have lots of kids at home. I have family responsibilities, and I have responsibilities to my job, and those are what take priority in my life. So this is just a hobby, guys. This is not something that I'm going to have much time to do much more with than I'm currently doing. I try to shoot for about 20 minutes an episode. Sometimes I go a little short. Often I go a little long. But 20 minutes is what I shoot for. I love to get your comments and your feedback, and so please feel free to post comments and ask questions. Do keep them clean and respectful. I do try to keep this swear word free, and I want this to be kid friendly. That's important to me. Maybe it's not important to you. It's important to me. So please keep it clean and respectful. I do appreciate that. I will usually respond to most comments. I do not respond to all of them. Sometimes that's because I don't have time. Sometimes that's because I don't think an answer is needed or warranted. If you post a comment and ask a question and I don't answer it, please don't feel offended. I usually have reasons when I don't answer, and I don't always share those reasons. But just understand that some things I can talk about, some things I can't, and that's fine. I do release world downloads from time to time, roughly every half dozen episodes or so. The last time I released a world download, it was with the last episode, episode 61. Check the world descriptions if you're interested in world downloads. If there's a download available, you'll find it in the description. You'll find a link to it there. If you don't see a link to a world download, then go back an episode or two and check there. Anyway, welcome along to Fog's World. We're glad to have you here. I hope you enjoy your time here, and I'm really happy to have you here. So until next time, take care. Tell your friends, tell your enemies to come and watch Fog's World. And hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and enjoy your stay. And we'll talk to you all again next time.